Warning.
Hey guys, Jared here from Game Bytz.
What about me?
Really? I'm less than 5 seconds in and I'm already hearing your nagging? Fine. Go ahead and do the introductions.
Hey guys, Cletus here from Game Bytz presents Gaming Truth. In this episode,
You learn the origins of when and how Sonic and Dr. Robotnik's feud began. You don't like being interrupted, do you?
I hate you.
Sonic the Hedgehog is not the story that we have all grown up believing it to be. Let me take you back a few years. Sonic and his twin brother Clarence were best friends. Clarence lived in Sonic's shadow, but he didn't mind. He was just happy for all of Sonic's success. Sonic was planning to propose to the love of his world, Amy Rose. Clarence decided to go with Sonic to pick out the engagement ring, as Sonic tended to be a tad impulsive. Upon leaving the establishment, Sonic's spirits were high. He was excited for what the future brought. As Sonic was daydreaming, he didn't realize the out-of-control car coming straight for him. Clarence yelled for Sonic, and Sonic was too enthralled by his daydream. In a last-second effort, Clarence pushed Sonic out of harm's way, but in doing so, he was struck by the oncoming vehicle. Hearing the loud thud and crash snapped Sonic out of his trance. He looked over his shoulder to see a car speeding off, and to see Clarence laying there, lifeless. It always reminded Clarence to keep spare coins on his person, but he didn't listen. Sonic rushed his dying brother to the nearest hospital. Once he arrived, the doctors quickly rushed the dying brother to the back. Hours upon hours of waiting left Sonic receiving the news that he had feared. The doctor explained that there was nothing more that they could have done, but his brother might still have a chance to live. Sonic excitedly accepts the proposal before knowing what it entailed. The doctor explained that he did know of an orthopedic surgeon that specialized in experimental prosthetics for wounded servicemen. Sonic again quickly agreed to his brother having the surgery done, but learned that Clarence's health insurance had lapsed, and the surgery would cost more than Sonic could begin to afford. Fear turned into desperation. Desperation turned into action. Sonic would believe to be for his brother would ultimately be for himself and nothing more. His action, the priceless Chaos Emeralds. The emeralds definitely fetched a price worthy of their name. His brother would need several surgeries over the course of 6 months. But with every trip under the knife, Clarence lost more and more of who he was, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Sonic noticed the emotional change, but more so the metallic prosthetics that were now a part of his brother's body. Despite this, however, he was unrelenting in doing what must be done to save his brother. Clarence begged to let him go, but Sonic could not bear it.
I never asked for this. They say they saved me, but I'm not sure saved is the right word.
His final surgery was a success, so they thought. A few weeks went by with Clarence back in his hospital room. He was beginning to wake from his medically induced coma. There had been complications from the last surgery. Some of the prosthetics were having an adverse reaction to the host's body. Clarence slowly opened his eyes. As his vision began to adjust, he saw an excited Sonic leaning over him with an exhausted yet hopeful smile. However, Clarence had no memory of stood over him. Upon this revelation, Sonic burst into an empty operating room in search of the surgeon. Corridor after corridor, Sonic searched, but with no luck. He asked one of the nurses where the doctor was. Enraged, he stormed out of the hospital on a vendetta. Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman, as his friends called him, was on another of his Habitat for Humanity projects. His nickname, Eggman, derived from his deep love of everything in creation, but especially his deep love for animals. His life was filled with animal rights activist rallies and building homes for the less fortunate. A lesser-known fact is that he used his specialization of prosthetics to assist in the comfortable living of animals that had been maimed. A hobby of sorts, he collaborated with Donkey Kong on many occasions, since Donkey Kong was a zoologist. Watch the Donkey Kong episode for more. In giving animals the ability to care for themselves with the help of prosthetics. Stay tuned for part 2 of A Vengeful Brother's Guide to Death.